Singapore Friday practice has been completed, guys. FP1, FP2 in the books. Who's looking good and who isn't? Let's have a look in the 5 things we learned from Friday free practice for the 2025 Singapore Grand Prix. So the first thing that we learned is it's hot, really hot in fact. So hot that Formula 1 has implemented their first ever heat hazard race. Of course, this is not going to go down as the hottest ever Grand Prix in Formula 1 history, but it's the first time that this new rule was enacted since first being brought in this year in 2025. And as a result of that, the drivers basically have free license to be able to put these cooling vests on. They were testing them out in FP1 and FP2. Hopefully that will make the drivers a little bit more comfortable in what has to be the most physically and arguably mentally demanding race of the year as well. But who was looking impressive? Well, Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso was first in free practice 1. What the fuck is going on with that? I mean, listen, Aston Martin at times have had good pace, but not recently. Not recently, and not in the dry conditions either. They've looked absolutely nowhere near the podium, aside from Lance Stroll getting that, P6 in the end at Silverstone. He was fighting for the podium during that race, but that was in wet and damp and tricky conditions. This was absolutely bone-dry conditions, so incredible stuff for Alonso to get P1. That is not on my bingo card, really, for this... That was really not on my bingo card at all for this Grand Prix. But, you know, they look pretty good as well. Or at least Alonso looked pretty good as well in FP2 as well. P4 in that. Not bad at all. So, yeah, they're looking good. At least Alonso is as well. He could be a real dark horse for some strong points this weekend. When it comes to the McLarens, though, pretty mixed day overall for them. Oscar Piastri got top place in FP2, which is obviously what he wanted. But Lando Norris had a bit of a difficult Friday overall. He was brushing the walls a few times in FP1 and FP2, and then in FP2 as well. He ended up getting clattered into the wall by Charles Leclerc in the pits. Really, really odd incident. Obviously, McLaren and Ferrari having their garages next to one another. Definitely not the driver's fault, 100% on the drivers this one, but maybe an unsafe release for Ferrari. Get your thoughts in the comments below about that one. I mean, it's the team's fault, 100%. Should there be a punishment for it? I don't know. It's one of them things, really, a racing incident, a practice incident, really, for me. But yeah, real contact there, and Lando losing his front wing and a bit of a free practice time as a result of that. But it was nothing compared to the whack that George Russell had in FP2, a really severe crash, one that he described as being odd. I think it was towards the back end of the circuit. I know it was one of the chicanes, obviously, around the track, many chicanes around this track, obviously, and yeah, just a really strange one. Just seemed to lose control of the car, headfirst into the barriers. Thankfully, he was okay, but yeah, a bit of a strange one there for sure for him. Not something you expect from him in that Mercedes of how good he's been doing this year. Last thing that we learned, a pretty big crash as well for Liam Lawson. Thankfully, not that big of an actual impact, but he did hit the wall going out of the final chicane around the track. Basically lost his wheel as a result of that. Got it back to the pits and was all right in the end. But yeah, an eventful day for the Racing Bulls. Lawson well off the pace in FP2 as a result of that. However, his teammate Isaac Hadjar, P2 in FP2. He couldn't do it again, could he? Maybe, who knows? I mean, that Racing Bulls is a good car, as we've seen many times this season, so it is sure to be exciting this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great Singapore Grand Prix this weekend. But who's getting pole position tomorrow? At the moment, it's looking as though it's going to be Oscar Piastri, but you can never discount the likes of Max Verstappen. He was in 3rd place, just behind Hadjar in FP2, so we'll see how this evolves, guys. Get your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, as always, guys, and let's hope for a fantastic Singapore Grand Prix this weekend. See you very soon.